and you would never know the difference. Those lies had a purpose. They created a pretext for a federal crackdown on opponents of the Uniparty in Washington.
Our office wanted to ensure that there was shock and awe, that we could charge as many people as possible.
The first thing you notice from viewing the full video record of January 6th is just how many people entered the Capitol building that day. Hundreds and hundreds of people, possibly thousands, over the course of about 2 hours. The crowd was enormous. A small percentage of them were hooligans. They committed vandalism. You've seen their pictures again and again. But the overwhelming majority weren't. They were peaceful, they were orderly and meek. These were not insurrectionists, they were sightseers. Footage from inside the Capitol overturns the story you've heard about January 6th. Protesters queue up in neat little lines. They give each other tours outside the Speaker's office. They take cheerful selfies and they smile. They're not destroying the Capitol, they obviously revere the Capitol. They're there because they believe the election was stolen from them. They believe.
You know what? This is so funny. It's like, look at, hey, he literally just said, hey, don't look at all the instances where they were like beating the shit out of cops and breaking windows. Look at all the instances where like they weren't doing that. Here, I know you guys have like 18 hours worth of footage from numerous cameras doing the other thing. But also, they took selfies for like the 5-minute cherry pick data points that I have. And it was actually kind of cute. Okay, let me just explain something here, okay? Everybody saw January 6th. I mean, there was like 250,000 people in here watching it live happen. Okay, we watched it live. Like, it wasn't that long ago, first of all. And it's not like we didn't see it. So I don't, like, what is he trying to do? Like, is he just hoping that his audience doesn't have, like, object permanence? Like, is that what the fuck? Like, this is a wild thing to show, dog. This is the classic joke that I make all the time where it's like, Your Honor, I know my client, you claim, has murdered someone allegedly, but think about all the many years where he hadn't murdered someone. Here he is, getting into his car. You might say he's presumably going to do a murder. He's on his way to do a murder. I say he's not doing a murder right then and there. Is he doing a murder in this scene where he stops to get a Starbucks coffee on his way to do the murder, you might say? But clearly, he hasn't killed the barista. Checkmate, Your Honor. Seems like he's not a murderer after all.
Believe in the system. Here's the man you've heard referred to as the QAnon shaman outside the Senate chamber. These are not rioters. These are people who wandered over from a political rally.
We will not
wandered. They just wandered. Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, this is such a good take. Yes, I wish I fucking came up with that joke myself. So it's like reframing 9/11 into a navigation accident. Yeah. You might be sitting here saying Muhammad Atta wanted to destroy America, an American symbol. I like to think that he was simply an aviation enthusiast who took matters into his own hands and unfortunately led the plane astray. Yeah. He was misguided. Yeah. There is no amount of dumb shit that like white conservatives could do that Tucker Carlson won't defend, dude. I mean, we know this already. He defended Warren Jeffs. Tucker Carlson, who constantly talks about like, grooming gangs and like Muslim pedophiles or whatever the fuck, whenever he tries to make like anti-immigration arguments, unironically has in the past defended Warren Jeffs. So he literally thinks it's okay when white people are doing grooming and child rape. We have pictures of Atta at the airport. Notice he didn't have a plane back then? Yeah. Look at Muhammad flying the plane normally. Is he crashing into the Twin Towers there? I don't think so. Just because he's in the New York City airspace doesn't mean that he was driving the plane into the fucking towers. That's right. Kind of fucked up.
Silence your voices.
After the rally, they walked down Pennsylvania Avenue, where organizers had secured a federal permit to hold a legal rally on the grounds of the Capitol.
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
Bro, it doesn't matter. They didn't do that. Like, what the fuck do you mean? They literally didn't do that.
Once at the Capitol building, things began to get chaotic. Capitol police officers fired tear gas into the crowd. A few at the front of the herd broke windows.
Bro, that's awesome. Okay, so this is correct usually, okay? In many of the instances where like Black Lives Matter rallies are happening, which are against the police, remember, it's oftentimes peaceful protests until cops escalate it. This was not one of those instances. They didn't even use, you already admit in your video, and I know this part of the video will basically reveal the truth. You already admit in your video that cops were infinitely nicer to these fucking dipshits than Black Lives Matter protesters, you fucking dingus. That's why this is like completely and totally unwarranted. Once again, we watched this happen live. And in that live instance where there was so many different angles, it was awesome. We watched this shit happen live. And even we were like, what the fuck's going on? This is the one instance where it is totally valid to do use of force.
Someone opened the doors, and many hundreds of others just walked in.
They're going to make that the story.
Of course, they did make it the story. And at the center of it, the single most famous person arrested that day was a Navy veteran from Arizona called Jacob Chansley, often referred to as the QAnon shaman.
The so-called QAnon shaman. QAnon shaman.
Someone named Q Shaman.
Jacob Chansley became the face of January 6th, a dangerous conspiracy theorist dressed in outlandish costume who led the violent insurrection to overthrow American democracy. For these crimes, Chansley was sentenced to nearly 4 years in prison, far more time than many violent criminals now receive. What did Jacob Chansley do to receive this punishment? To this day, there is dispute over how Chansley got into the Capitol building. But according to our review of the internal surveillance video, it is very clear what happened once he got inside. Virtually every moment of his time...
Look, he doesn't say how he got in, but once he got in, cops were leading him around.
...inside the Capitol was caught on tape. The tapes show that Capitol Police never stopped Jacob Chansley. They helped
Bro,
him.
that's crazy. Oh my God. It's like, dude, while an insurrection is happening, police are like very clearly following around an insane guy instead of beating the shit out of him because he's a white guy and a conservative. Let's be fucking real. Okay? If this was an Antifa movement full of like minorities, you know what I mean? Like black people, brown people, whatever the fuck, right? And they were like communists, they would have gotten machine gun fired, okay? Get the fuck out of here. They walked in and literally took fucking selfies with the people that walked in. Cope harder. It doesn't matter. All of your fucking idols are disgusting pedophile fucking freaks, okay? They're all, some of them are in jail. And no matter what you say, libtard media destroyed the reputation of your fucking mom, of your dad, and you are a pathetic fucking loser who is destined to live the same exact sad, pathetic existence that your divorced dad lived. Okay, you are destined to repeat the narrative unless you change your ways right now. Okay, there you go. Joe Brandon has done the 2,000 mules. He fucking stole the election from Donald Trump, who was going to save America, and he couldn't even fucking save America from the pedophilic deep state. Okay? There you go. Cope harder, my fucking dick. Oh, one bad white guy, bad all? Wait, what? That's not true. What are you saying? You just made that shit up. That's not what I said at all. These guys are conservatives. They're Trump supporters. In a lot of instances, police are also Trump supporters. The reason why they were taking selfies with the Trump supporters was because they were like, well, we're kin, we're kinfolk, and we're skinfolk, but definitely kinfolk. Okay, we have the same attitude. We have the same ideas. That's it. Meanwhile, they fucking killed cops and shit. What is this? Fucking bozo with a fucking mindless boob silent. Shut the fuck up, you reverse racist white fuck. Wait, what? This literally helps leftist arguments, by the way. It proves the police are corrupt. I mean, I said this on that day. I said this on that day. They were literally fucking taking photos with the protesters that were like running into the fucking to the halls, storming the halls of the Capitol. What do you mean? That doesn't mean that they weren't doing something wrong. We know what they were doing. There's so much evidence. What the fuck?
They acted as his tour guides. Here's video of Chansley in the Senate chamber. Capitol Police officers take him to multiple entrances and even try to open locked doors for him. We counted at least 9 officers who were within touching distance of unarmed Jacob Chansley.
They're literally saying like cops didn't beat the shit out of this guy, so he must be innocent. I love that. That's a great argument. Thank you, man.
Not one of them even.
Brandon stole the election and Deep State instigated a color revolution at home to crack down harder, but that's just the game. Trumpo couldn't stop it. Weak. Nixon knew JFK stole the election but couldn't stop him either. That's right, baby. Liberalism is on top, okay? That's right. Take the fucking L, you psychotic weirdo. Okay? Imagine getting fucking owned by the they-them police force that literally fucking pray at the altar of Nancy Pelosi every day. They go to the Nancy Pelosi altar and they pray and they say, oh, thank God that you have transed us, Nancy Pelosi, our overlord. You're fucked. You're fucked. Liberals won. That officer from the chamber testified during the January 6th hearing. He literally explains why he did this. Lamau. He had no idea where House members were, and he was trying to calm the dude down, but was terrified. Read my last message, important. The white community does not claim these guys, bro. Yeah, what the fuck, bro? Not all whites.
And tried to slow him down. Chansley understood that Capitol Police were his allies. Video shows him giving thanks for them in a prayer on the floor of the Senate. Watch.
Thank you, Heavenly Father, for giving the inspiration needed to these
Nancy's Pelosi's. Thank you for the 5. Get the subs.
to allow us in this building.
Contrast the reality of what Jacob Chansley did in the Capitol building on January 6th.
What?
The indisputable facts recorded on video, some of
Bro, I'm losing my fucking mind. Like, dog, exactly. Like, yeah, no, that's the point. That's what's additionally fucked up about the situation. I don't get it. Like, what the fuck?
which has never before been seen, with a depiction of Jacob Chansley that you've seen in the media for more than 2 years. He's a terrorist, they said. He should be killed.
Shoot him. Shoot him. Like, you burst into the United States, if he was dressed like bin Laden, would you have shot him?
Shoot him. Shoot him. It makes you wonder, who are the violent extremists here?
No,
Jacob.
these guys. No, like literally still these guys. Like the violent QAnon psychos who broke into the halls of the Capitol. And there are good reasons to do such a thing, for the record. Like, you know, they're not doing this for health care. They're not doing this for labor rights being violated. They're not even doing this for abortion rights. They're not doing this for, like, bodily autonomy being removed from 50% of the fucking American population. They're doing this because they're upset that Donald Trump lost the election to Joseph Robinette Brandon. That's crazy. Yeah, they're seditionists. Doesn't Tucker know that the guy that said shoot him is a conservative? He doesn't care.
Jacob Chansley, and the video proves that. But you would never have known from the media coverage.
The people sitting in the
again, I can't believe that he like posted this and it says 1.9 million views. And I looked at the comments a little bit and it made me want to fucking die instantly. We all need to keep these people in our prayers. This is not the America that I love. The America that I love would have let those people come in and kill Nancy Pelosi. I don't know what's wrong with America these days. Thanks for showing us this. I saw similar videos a few days after January 6th that showed police officers allowing some of the public in, people who were calmly walking in and who were not disruptive. The whole truth is something very different than what the left has wanted to depict. Bro, you are an animal. Like, you are actually, I don't even know. You're like we all watched it, dude. What the fuck? So all it took was like 5 minutes of them, like the only 5 minutes that you could find from January 6th where they're not like directly being violent. Like, that's insane, man. There's like not even 18. There's like hundreds of hours of footage from cell phones, okay? Because people were like straight up filming themselves from cameras that were all over the fucking place. And these motherfuckers needed just 5 minutes of them walking around to be like, yep, they're peaceful. Every person guilty of orchestrating the cover-up should be financially and legally responsible for any and all lawsuits stemming from those individuals unlawfully incarcerated, says Kenny C. I can't. When I see stuff like this, I'm like, there is no saving this country, okay? We are so insanely cooked, dog. We are so insanely fucking cooked. Oh, it's 40,000 hours of footage? That's the real number? Oh, I love that. That's fucking even better. McCarthy gave Fox 41,000 hours of footage, and they cut 5 minutes, showing the only 5 minutes. It's funny. Maybe they didn't have the media experience you did when you were there. Shut the fuck up. Adamım. Saçlar uzamış. Al. Güzel olmuş. Kesme. Sakalımı top ettirdim, saçlarımı kestirdim. They came with handcuff ties, bombs, and guns. There's so many texts. There's so much footage. Why? No, this is like unimaginable. Murat, did you see the new Tucker Carlson thing? He posted 5 minutes of clips over 41,000 hours of footage from January 6th to imply that January 6th was actually peaceful and the media is lying to everyone. How fucking insane is that? This isn't a clip chimp. This is a clip gorilla. Bro, this is clip King Kong, dude. It's not just a gorilla. This is a clip King Kong. There is no, like, I've never seen spin like this, bro. It's fucking insane. Like, cops died and shit. Like, there's nothing. Dude, 41,000 hours. Yo, I love that, dude. I fucking love that. No, I'm good. Okay.